What is up, everyone? Can you guys hear me okay? If you guys can hear me, let me know. If not, I'll take my earbuds out. Yay! Hey, everyone! I'm so happy y'all are here. There's so many already. Yeah, this has been a long time coming. The weather got in the way, just all kinds of shit happened. So we had to put this off for a while. Hello, Penny Positive. I'm going to say hi to everyone, and then in a few minutes, maybe Ernie will be here, and he'll come up. So, hello, Lips. Hello, Nicolina, MS, Stitches, Kazi, Truth Hurts, Night Stalker, hello, Ran 5150, Stunggate, Brandon B. Zeb, Archivist Tina, Nana, hello. What is that? Naval Madre, hello, hello. Jess, Chaotic, Graham. Oh, hey, Fox Mulder. I think I might have gotten everyone. So I'm just cooking dinner. I usually like to start going pretty early. It's a beautiful day here. It's 72 degrees. I guess our winter is over. I know a lot of people are still freezing cold in some places. Hey, Fluffy. So everyone, please stay warm, protect yourself, protect your pets. Hello, Queen Ashley. Hey, Cher. Okay, so a few people will be coming over. I know some people left Team Roses to come over here. They may not ever say anything in the chat. If they do, I trust the mods that I have to just keep things respectful. Y'all don't have to get along for each other for a couple of hours, but just try to get along for me. I would do the same if I was over on your channel, but if someone comes at you sideways, I'm a firm believer in you get what you give. So even in the face of adversity, if someone's giving you shit, give them shit back. Just be as respectful as possible about it. So there's been a lot of crap that's gone on since I had originally planned this little interview. Like, so much has happened. It has been the busiest January that I think we could have possibly had. And it's just chaos always, right? Chaos. Hey, Jimbo. Hey, Peachy. Gypsalina, that girl. Mark. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. All of the tigers, teagles, and eagles in the bushes, don't be afraid to speak up. I'm going to be as gentle as possible. This isn't meant to, I know that a lot of you have misconceptions that I'm just doing this to make Ernie look like a fool or things like that. But it's like I told him in a chat the other night, I think it was in his chat. He was talking about, he was hoping that I'm not making him look bad or whatever. And I flat out told him, I have no control over the perception that people have. He's going to be the one answering the questions. Hey, Ernie. So essentially, he has control over what people believe, see, think, feel, all that good stuff. So we're going to be talking about a few different things. Some of it's just going to be lighthearted and fun. The other stuff, Ernie, since you're here, go ahead and let you know. If there's anything you don't want to answer, just don't dance around it. Just say, you want to plead the fifth, I guess. That way we can just keep it moving. because I am going to have to go pick mini me up in a little bit. I'm not worried, Night Stalker. Everyone's always been great in my chat, so I just don't want anyone to walk out of here with a bloody nose. Let's try to keep that shit to a minimum. Also, the other night I did challenge Ernie, if he wants to do it, to a Cash App race. Um, I don't know if he gets any donations throughout this interview, what he wants to do with it. I encourage him to donate it to a charity. Any proceeds that I take in, I will not be keeping. I will be giving to a list of transactions of money taken in and the amount. Can you not hear? Still no sound? Okay. What's the last thing you guys heard? Yeah, we've already been hacked. So, what I was saying is any money that I take in is going to be going to my good friend, Lily, to help her family throughout this horrific time. I talked to her a little while ago. Um, okay, the Cash App race. Yeah, I challenged Ernie to a Cash App race. If he wants to donate his money, that would be great. I can't force him to do that. But any money that I bring in during this live stream will be going to our good friend whose mother had surgery today. So we're going to help them out while they're going through this recovery process. And there's a family member that's looking for work. So it's just, times are tough for everyone right now. And then when you have an unexpected medical emergency come up, it can be, nobody needs that extra stress when you're trying to recover and heal from any type of surgery or accident. It can be brutal. So let me push this meat back to the back of the counter so my pit bull won't eat it, because he most definitely will. And then I'm going to drop the link. It's going to be just for Ernie only. And we'll get started. That's right. Not for a minute. Only for Ernie. Okay, you guys. He's backstage. We're going to be on our best behavior over here. No, Army Vet, don't say that. We're going to keep it classy. What
Hello,
are you
Tasty
doing?
Justice. Hey, I'm doing okay. How
You
are you
on
doing?
your lunch break?
Well, I call it that. I mean, hell, I'm waiting on some supplies right now. We've run out.
Ain't that a bitch?
Right, exactly.
So I
So
saw
let
you what? Go ahead.
Let me say something, Army vet. Army vet, we're having a movement to contact mission. We need 3-point positions. You can take the middle. How's that? Go ahead.
So I saw you over at Team Roses. That got kind of heated there for a minute. Catlin was trying to get you some chocolate cake.
Well, I mean, that'll be nice. I mean, but I don't think I need no chocolate cake. Hell, I'm on a pretty strict diet these days, and I don't think chocolate would agree with me too well.
Yeah, I'm not a chocolate cake kind of person. So we kind of know like what's been going on with you, and I had already told you before. People in the chat, we're not going to talk about Shelby's case. I think that has been kind of talked to death, so we're not going to focus on that at all. A couple of
Well,
questions.
Shelby, the thing about Shelby, I mean, if everybody wants to, just put prayers in the chat for him because he was recently stabbed 22 times, and he's having a bad way right now. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm all for praying for anybody, even those lost causes. I don't have a problem. So, yeah, everyone go ahead and put prayer hands in the chat for Shelby. Let's hope that this experience might make something snap in him and he gets his shit together. Who knows? You never know. Everything in life happens for a reason. Then again, it could turn him in a completely different direction. Who knows?
well, I hope it does, but he's already saying he's going to kill the feller, so it's one of
Well,
those deals. Yeah, it's already. Yeah, I
well,
mean, hell,
let's
he was
hope
saying that the
that that
first
doesn't
day.
happen. But you never know.
I hope, I wish the best for him. I really do. I hope he changes his life around and, he does for the better, but, uh, you know, wishful
Yeah.
thinking, I guess.
So, one of the main questions, like, I really wanted to ask, how do you feel about this whole Mama T situation? Like, is that awkward for you to be put in the middle of two of your friends like that?
Well, the thing about it is in a way because, they're not the one that gets the backlash from it. Everybody comes to me and then the other creators. And I have to make a statement, do things. That's why the other night, I think it was like last night or sometime, I just made a statement about it pretty much and just left it at that. Um, but everything's been kind of like seeming down now, and it's like everything's. I mean, it's going accordingly now. I just don't like getting in people's drama. I mean, my God, if they're fighting, I've never really been one to just get into it like that with somebody else fighting. You okay?
Feel like she has tried to be gentle and explain things in a way that Mama T could understand, but then it just seems like she doesn't get it. And I think her intentions are good, but yeah, it does come back on you, and it is a direct reflection of you and your channel. And ma'am, it's a little crazy. She's a little thrown off. And my issues with her are personal, though. It has nothing to do with who she likes. I know she likes to say that
I didn't know you
I
had
just,
issues with her. I didn't know y'all
oh,
had. I didn't know
yeah.
y'all had issues. Really?
I never had issues with her until there was a specific video where she like told her story about her first child and all that. And everyone came down on her pretty hard because what she said didn't make sense. And
Hmm.
people called her out on that and questioned it. And so she wanted my opinion because she felt like I would give a good, unbiased, solid opinion. Well, when it came time for me to share that opinion with her, and I told her from the jump that I need to watch this video myself before I can speak on it, send me the link to it. And she did. She sent me the link and then she made it public. Well, I always watch things 2 or 3 times before I give an opinion because I want to make sure I have all my facts straight. Well, she wanted me to just put my opinion in the chat, and it wasn't a situation where it was that simple. I wanted to explain to her why people were coming at her, what things didn't make sense. I wanted to ask her questions. You know how I do. And she didn't want any part of it. She felt like I was attacking her. She didn't want to come on my panel. And the reason I won't go on hers is because you have like your Chris Millers in there, and they can just be real assholes sometimes. And I just felt like it would have been a very unfair situation. Whereas over here, I've never had anyone get attacked on my panel. I've just never had big problems. But she didn't want to do it. She dug her heels in. She didn't want to hear what I had to say anymore. And so, I tried to help her. I tried to help her with housing. I tried to help her with employment. I tried to help her with domestic violence resources. I was good to her, and she has always irritated the piss out of me since day one, but I tolerated it, and I still saw her as a human. And because she treated me like shit and called me a bitch and all this and that and called me a liar, I'm done. So,
So I take it she done a live on you, right?
well, she did a couple. Like, she kept catcalling me to her panel at the most ungodly hours, like nobody. I have never gone live at night ever. I've never done it the entire time I've had a channel. And that's because when I first decided to convert my just regular account and actually start a channel, I made the deal with my husband that I would do this during the day while everyone's gone, not at home when it's like family time. Because I have a young one, I have a 10-year-old, and there's homework and things to be done. So that's what works best for my family.
But
But
can
she
you
would
do the
call me
homework?
up at night.
But can you do the homework? Sometimes kids' homework these days, hell, adults
I'm
can't even
not
do
gonna
it.
lie, this fourth grade math is kicking my ass. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
it's probably the what do they call it, the Common Core math or however,
Yeah,
and
it's ridiculous.
there's
I
new little
mean,
ways around it, but they don't like that.
I've never been a fan of math, but I mean, we use it every day. So, but yeah, it's frustrating because they have to do this stuff online and then they have written homework, and it's just a lot. And my kid goes to a magnet school, so there's a lot more at stake because they're under contract. If they don't keep a certain GPA, they can't go there anymore. And she wants to do the talented arts program, so she has to stay at like a B average in order to do that. It's just a lot. So, but
Mhm.
that's what Mama T would do. She would call me up there at night and then talk a lot of crap, but would never like come face to face with me to squash it. I just don't have use for people like that. Don't ask my opinion, and then when it comes time to get it, you just all of a sudden are all high and mighty. Like, I'm not playing that game.
What did you talk to her about it?
No, because she would never come talk to me about it.
You see, I never knew you two was even arguing and had that. I didn't know. Like
Yeah,
people
and it's
think I
just
watch.
other things, like if I say anything that doesn't go along with the point she's trying to make. Like, I tested her last night, she's on this thing about not wanting to be involved in the drama anymore. And so
Mhm.
last night I tested her. She said that she had been researching and really studying this case that she wanted to talk about a 14-year-old missing girl out of Washington. And I already knew what the result was going to be. So I went in her chat and I asked her what the girl's name was. If she would have been studying so hard, she would have at least been able to give me the girl's name right then. In the time it took her to get someone to Google that girl's name, I had already been in a different chat and given all the highlights to the case.
Hmm.
So it's just things like that. That kind of stuff bothers me for some reason. Like, if you want to convince people that you care about these children's cases, then you have to put some effort into it. You have to be on top of your game and know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you're just as bad as all those other tragedy pimps that you talk shit about on the daily. Like, you got to bring that extra to the table to set yourself apart from your typical tragedy pimps.
Correct.
Which is, that's all advice I tried to give her before, but she didn't want to have any part of it. And she said my voice is whiny. Is my voice whiny?
Not really.
So you have this new job now. How do you like
Hmm.
it?
I love it.
You're not afraid you're gonna like shock the shit out of yourself?
No, I love doing electrical work.
Did you have to do any special like? Did you have to get like OSHA certified or
I
whatever?
had to do a test for the company. I had to do a test for the company is about it. And then pretty much they hire me on as apprentice, and then I run under their license. But
Yeah.
I'm with a whole field of I'm with like 8 or 9 guys. So I mean, it's each one of them we do our own little thing. We have carpenters, we have people who does the framework, we have people who are ready to do the shingles at the end. Like when everything gets finished. So I mean, we have a lot going on. We pretty much have our own pretty much turnkey system working.
And so you told on yourself. You kind of gave away what company you worked for. Have
When
you
I
had
put that
anyone
hat
call
on,
in?
no, yeah, I put that damn hat on, and I was like, oh my god, because what it was is I was wearing a different hat the first 2 days. I was like the first couple of days, and then they was like, no, 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 you're electrician. You got to wear the white one. You got to do this, and oh god, I just forgot about it. Like literally, I forgot about it, and I done that. I done that photo, but I'm not worried about it. I mean, they got agencies. They already know my situation. They already know what's going on, and they love me to death. So I ain't worried about it. I'm not a bit worried about it, especially in Tennessee. I mean, hell, Tennessee, they love me.
So have they told you that there's been any people that called or anything trying to give you a hard time? I
Well,
mean,
they can't
surely
speak it.
they would
Well,
let you know.
the number's going to reach out and well, they had to go to the main corporation, but then they reach out to the people that hire me pretty much, and none of them can hardly speak English, so it ain't gonna do no any good anyways.
Well, that's good. Um, did you see my avatar? You guys see my avatar? Ernie made that for me. But you know
You
what he
see the
said
stand?
after he made it? He
I
said, "No,
did, I
you're
did.
not
That
that
looks beautiful.
sweet."
That's a beautiful avatar. The stand had the stand said something there. Let me see here. Let me get there because I don't want to miss nobody's. Oh, he don't work for that company. 100 been checked. You see what I'm talking about? Look at that. That right there is your stalker pedo for you, and you can't prove that he ain't.
Well,
Simple.
okay.
No, no, no,
But
no,
you
no.
know, I have
That
to
just
play
goes to
devil's
show you.
advocate.
That goes to show you that he worships my balls. Literally, that's what
Well,
that
I
goes to
don't know
show
about
you.
that.
Well, I do. I mean, he takes pictures of my feet, don't he? And tries to get pictures. Look at them shoes. Look at this. Look what he's doing over here. Let's look at his body movements. Oh my
But
God, I wish I could move like
okay.
that for Thelma. Anyways, go ahead.
But in all fairness, can you not agree that you've done some of the same things? Y'all have been pretty tit for tat,
I have
right?
never took pictures of him. There is no pictures nowhere except for the 12 is 12 t-shirt that I come up with about him. That's it. That's the only photos. I don't take pictures of his eyes. I don't take pictures of his wrinkled up U in his head. I don't take pictures of his permanent marker that he stuck in the top part of his head, wanting everybody to think he had something for his next grift. I don't do that shit. No, hell no. They get sent to me, but I don't have anything to do with them. You look at my phone. My phone ain't got no damn stand on it. Ain't got nothing to do with it on there. Shit.
I mean, you know that I'm cool with Jimbo, and I know that you feel like I shouldn't be, but honestly, he's never let me down, really. Like, when I first started talking to him, I reached out to him and I said, "Look, I didn't really have all the facts with your situation. It was 30 years ago. It really doesn't affect my life." And in all
Hmm.
fairness, if I'm going to hate on them for that, then I would have to hate on my own grandmother because she was married at 13.
Well,
And if not for that marriage, I might not even be here. So back then, 30 years
it
ago,
ain't the
50
part. It
years
ain't the part. It
ago.
ain't the part that I'm hating on him with. That it's the part that he lied multiple
But
times
can you
about it. He tried to
understand?
hide it. No, no, no. If I do it, I'll own it. No, no. If I do something, I'm going to own it. And I'll tell you, I've done a lot of wrong, and I owned it. I own it.
But
I
in the
own it.
capacity, can you agree that, or do you feel like because you've had to own some things that maybe you didn't necessarily want to, you know what it's like to face the backlash for that? So can you kind of understand why it wasn't something that he wanted
Well,
to just
I've
come out
never
of the
had no.
gate with? Because
Well,
look at what's happened as a
I've
result.
never messed with an underage little girl and her parents
But
saying
he was
the condoms are in the
underage.
nightstand drawer and giving you the green light. So no, I don't know. But yeah, he was a virgin until his marriage. That's bullshit. It's a lie. That's a lie. So
But
yeah, I
how
mean,
do you
I'm not gonna.
know?
I don't put up with that
But how do you know it's a lie? There's lots of people that wait till marriage.
because he said it was, and that night didn't happen. Then she was 11 years old at that time. They was married at 12. Bingo. Simple.
Well, I mean, honestly, none of us were there. None of us know if they ever did the
No,
deed.
no, no,
None
no,
of us
no. I
know
don't.
for sure.
Only thing we know
So
for
to
sure, he's got to have
crucify
his.
someone based on speculation,
Well,
like,
the only thing we really know for sure, he's got to have his little fries and his onions and shit cut really thin. That's all we know. To be honest
well,
with
I
you,
don't even like onions, so if they're in my
I
food,
don't
I'll
either. I try to
cut.
stay away from them.
It's a texture thing for me. I can handle cooked onions to an extent. Raw onions, I can't do. Well, I don't like and I've already told you, I feel like the situation between you and Jimbo, there's a whole lot more there than any of us could ever understand. But the whole thing with trying to say that, he's a PDF now, like you were friends with him for a while, and if there was
And never
nothing
knew
that
anything
ever.
like that. Never knew anything
Right,
like
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Nothing ever alerted you to that
Well, I mean, I mean,
in the moment.
I
So
know he's a controlling prick. I mean, I know he shows signs and stuff. Yes. I mean, there's all kind of people says that. Hell, call the Corbin school board. They'll tell you about it. They don't want a damn thing to do with him, honestly. Like literally, they don't want nothing to do with him. Why you think he got fired and shit for? Won't you ask him why he got fired? Think about that.
I mean,
Hell,
I
there's a lot
assume
of
it has a
reasons.
lot to do with YouTube stuff, same as a
I
lot of
don't know
things
about
that
all
happen to
that. I
you
mean,
for YouTube.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
I don't.
everyone has gone through their own individual issues that have impacted their real life because of YouTube stuff. I mean, we've all seen that play out for years now, and it's going to keep happening. People have been pushed to the limits. Do I agree with everything that everyone has done? No. But I understand what got them to the point of being that angry. There's been a lot of dirty shit done to numerous people. No, but I mean, I
Thank
don't
you for
know.
letting us know. Thank you, Blue on Black. You've always been that big mouth. Thank you for letting us know that he's still at Corbin. Thank you. That's a big plus right there. A matter of fact, especially when we've got the no pedo movements going right now. That's great. Like when he dies, like whatever happens to him when he's dead and gone, he's going to be forever known as a pedo. Fact. Fact.
But if he's never been in any trouble for that, there's never been any indication, never any solid proof other than his first marriage, then do you think it's fair that he's
Well,
forever
when
going to
he
be known
okay,
as
let's
that?
say this. He divorced. He got divorced. Let's say he got divorced. I don't know. He claims couple months. He was like 6 or something like that. I can't remember. He did all he did then, and then he goes and he what does he do? He kidnaps another underage woman, right? Which is I guess Thelma, and takes her across the state lines and holds her for 2 years till she turns of age. Boom! There you go. There's you another one. That's two. That's
But
two
if her
underage.
parents knew where they were, then it's not exactly kidnapping.
It's
And
still
trust me, Thelma
underage.
wouldn't be the only 15-year-old that has
And
been
and look and
dating
look
an
at and look and look at
18-year-old.
her to
It
this day.
happens in
Look
the
at her
high
to this day.
schools today.
She's on so many pills, she don't know if she's coming or going. And every time she gets on the line and everything,
That's
she
not
tells on him.
fair, Ernie. That's
Well,
not
she
fair.
is. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's a
But
fact
how do you know that?
because you can tell it. Plus, they talk about it all the time. She takes medication. She takes some weird ass medication. Shit,
Well,
she
she
hit
takes
people.
medications
Look,
to
she look.
deal with things
Let's
that
look at
she
her. Let's
needs
look at her driving
medications
record.
with.
She'll just be dozing. She'll doze off and run into people and shit. Hell, I was at his house when she called. He's like, "You've hit 3 people in a month and a half. Our insurance, we ain't going to be able to get insurance. Hell, let's go. Let's go talk to Geico in places they had their insurance and shit. Why their insurance is so damn high? Cause she just dozes out and just runs into shit."
All right. Well, I don't want to get this into a big thing because I know you have your issues with Jimbo. I know he has his issues with you. Um,
We
he's my
don't
friend.
associate with rapists or pedos. He can be your friend. You'll find out in the end what that friend is.
Well, and if I
Just
do,
like
then I
Constant Sue
do.
did.
But like I said
Constant
before,
Sue worshipped his nuts. And then when he gave her that gut shot, like I said he was going to do, hell, I told everybody him and Nicolina's going to get together. I told all that shit. But let's get off this pedo
okay,
and let's
well, I
answer
am
these
going to say
questions. Let's
one
get to
thing
the hard
about
shit.
Constance. I am going to say one thing about Constance because I've known her since I came to YouTube. She's not always innocent in the story that she spun. I was in that Discord. I'm still in that Discord. The way she said everything happened, it didn't happen exactly like that. So just, I mean, you can't take everything she says as gospel.
I don't.
She plays
But
her roles too.
I watched him on his panel. I watched him destroy her. And look at what he did to poor old Jimmy, his buddy. You remember the big dude, right? Jimmy? Look what he done to him. Well, Jimmy, I don't know what you said to Ernie. Oh God. And then you had his little parrot on the other side, which is Kemper. So it is what it is.
Well, I don't know. So now that you have this new job, I know you had big plans for the new year. What happened with that? Was it just the fact that those guys, your new team, didn't understand what all it would entail and the situations that could come up in the process? Did it just freak them out? Or, I mean, because I was kind of confused about that situation. How one minute they were with you and the next minute it seemed like they just abandoned you. Did you guys part on good terms?
Yeah, we're friends. We're friends. We still talk. But yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to come to a rough, it was going to come rough like that. I knew it would. I mean, but it just, can somebody stand the test of time? That's just the thing. That's just the thing.
Did they have as much training and stuff and experience as you have?
No, no, it didn't. I mean, I had two people on there that was, they killed pedos before. So, I mean, think about it.
So they really just had no clue. And then that, I mean, I guess they left. What did they leave like when you got in that trouble down there, or did they leave because of the
I got
tornado?
held for 9 hours. I got held for 9 hours. I
Yeah.
got held for 9 hours. And during that time, I missed my bus and I wasn't able to get to them. Well, when I was released, the bus pretty much dropped me off. It was there in Panama, and then all hell broke loose. And then I got into that, and pretty much after that, hell, I'd already told them to pretty much go. I mean, I would find my way back, and I would be all right, and I would be okay. Well, hell, I didn't know it was going to be 3 or 4 extra days because the buses and shit and the way things was running. And I mean, if anybody's ever, and I don't like doing this, and I try my best to avoid this, is ride the Greyhound bus. If you miss your connection or your stop, it could be a day. It could be a day over. It could
Oh,
be a day
yeah.
over.
I rode a bus one time, and that's when my mom was sick. I had to go be with her, and it was the longest bus ride of my life. And they don't play. I mean, they're gonna leave your ass if you're not there.
hmm And I'm going to say one more thing. Jimbo says he filed for divorce from Pauletta. He didn't. He lied. He filed for divorce. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, go ahead. Now, when in Panama, if you look, the damn winds was like 75, 85 miles an hour. You cannot see shit in front of you. Like literally, it tires everything out of hell. And it was raining, it was fun. I mean, it was just all kinds of shit. And I was out there pretty much in it. There's no bus stop. I mean, you can look and see there's no station or anything. Everybody, there was like four of us that was let out there, and we was there to defend, for ourselves pretty much. And it was hell.
So you just found yourself all of a sudden in this big ass storm by yourself and everyone was
About
gone.
15 minutes after getting off the bus and cussing, I actually had the Greyhound. I was like waiting for the next bus, which is supposed to be in like 15 or 20 minutes. That bus never showed up, but a storm did. So,
Alone in Panama. That would be a bitch. I'd be pissed. I don't know that I'd still be friends with those people.
well, here's the thing, all the Ubers and shit was not working. They didn't, everything was done. They shut everything down. And, if it hadn't been for somebody on the other side, and I'm going to say the other side, not exactly friends and all that, but they helped me get a damn hotel. I mean, like they helped me get a hotel. They helped me get a new ticket because my cards and shit was destroyed. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do anything with the cards I had. I mean, it ripped everything. Like the only card that I have that even works now is the PayPal card, and it barely works. But my other cards and shit that had all the shit in it with the Cash App, all that, you can't even tell the numbers on the card now. You can't tell. You can't do anything with it, and you can't get a damn Greyhound ticket just with a Cash App. You just can't. It don't work like that. You got to transfer money over
Yeah.
and try to do this and that, and it's hard sometimes. Hell, I mean, hell, I was transferring is a $1,000, and I have to have people. Anyways, I'm talk about something else later, but I get carried away. I'm kind of happy with what my investments and stuff is now, but you know, and I still have your shirt, by the way. I did hold one for you.
Yep. One more no spin jam. Can you just give it to me as a gift?
Can I
You
give
owe
it
me
to
a
you as a
birthday
gift,
present.
as a
I'm all
birthday
about the
present?
free stuff, Ernie.
Are
Come
you?
on now.
I tell you what. If you'll promote it and you'll wear it, I'll give you a hellacious discount off of it
Oh,
because
hell
I was
yes,
going to give it
I'll
away.
wear it. I'll get my hair did
We'll
and I'll
talk.
wear that
Well, long as
shirt.
you do your hair and yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
I won't
But it's
even
got to
wear
be
my witch
promoted.
hat with it.
No, that shit can go somewhere else.
I have a witch costume that was like from Halloween. I was looking for my hat because I was going to wear it today, but.
Yeah, that would be a negative no right there. Probably a hell no.
So, you've had a lot of natural disasters. Like, when you were talking about the tornado, this is what I envisioned in my mind. Was you standing there in your hat, like walking against the wind and your shit blowing all around you?
You don't
Because I like
walk
to get a
against
mental
shit in
image.
that. You try to walk sideways, and
So,
like
how did it
a
not?
damn limb smacked me, and oh my god, I thought I blew my damn quad muscles and shit out. I couldn't even walk. I looked like I was 94 and a half years old trying to even make it. I mean, I walked probably, I want to say a good mile and a half, just barely taking 2-inch steps at a time. I couldn't move.
Were
My
you
legs
holding
was
on to
done.
something?
Hell
Because,
no, I wouldn't hold on to
tornadoes can pick
anything.
up cows and shit.
Shit.
So,
I didn't get to hold on to anything. I made it to when I finally made it to the hotel. I mean, they put me on an upstairs room, and it took me 25 minutes just to get up the steps. I thought I destroyed myself. And then somebody
that's
started saying,
a
"Get some
bad
Epsom
day.
salt. Get some Epsom salt." And then I paid $34 for a damn $4.72 damn Epsom salt because DoorDash screwed the order up the first time. Then they tried to refund. They wouldn't refund it. They didn't have it. And then they said they sent they was going to give a replacement. I didn't want a replacement. I didn't know that they wouldn't give me shit. So they brought my chewing gum and didn't bring my damn Epsom salt. And they brought my Mountain Dew and all that shit. But I mean, you keep paying. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, DoorDash can be hell sometimes. But that was after the fact, like when it finally come back in the next day. So I mean, you're out in this shit, and there's no Ubers, there's no nothing right now, nothing's going on. And then when the storm finally clears, you're still out there soaked, like I was soaked from head to toe. I mean, my damn socks had rubbed up against my heels and my legs and shit, and them boots where the boots tied up to the top, and they had holes in them. They was practically disintegrated.
Beth, there's a question. Beth wants to know, why is Mammoth transitioning into you? And the last time she cammed up, she has a goatee wearing a black cap.
I
I
don't have no
can't.
idea. I've never
I
seen it. I don't know. I don't watch people. I don't watch other people. Like literally, I
can't.
don't even pay no attention to it.
Yeah, wet socks will like mutilate your feet. That I do know. That's why they always tell you, you got to take care of your feet. Keep your feet
Well,
dry.
you seen the cuts and shit on my feet and the bruises. I mean, I couldn't even move. And still, one toe's still black, and I don't know if it's ever going to turn color or not.
You could have ended up in like Wyoming or something. That tornado could have picked your ass up, and who knows where you would have fallen.
I wish it'd throw me to another
That's a
country. That'd been even
miracle.
better. That'd been even better, hell. But
And
anyways,
then, so what after that you had to like, it was the igloo. I mean, you weren't literally in an igloo, but
oh
you were
my
out in the
god.
freezing cold.
So I got toward Nashville,
Yeah.
and finally I got toward Nashville, and holy hell, like it was a national emergency and shit. I mean, and again, everything was stopped. And I was lucky to find a little shelter thing. It had a little picnic area, and it had those double benches, like ones that's in the back, ones that's in the front. I laid in the ones in the back to keep the wind off of me because there was a hedge in that park area that kept the wind from the other side coming in. So where the wind was just blowing straight, it was easier. It was easier. And I took a piece of cardboard and wrapped around me, and I had a lighter. I never go anywhere without a lighter these days. And I was able to keep warm. That's how I kept warm. It made
I
me
know
sick
how
as
to
shit.
build a fire without a lighter.
Oh yeah, for sure, but not in the snow.
It's difficult, but it can be done.
Wet wood, you can't hardly do anything with.
No, I know. And my husband's a lumberjack. Trust me, I know more than I want to know about firewood.
I bet he's carried that 25-pound hook up against the many mountains and hooked the logs and stuff in.
He's done all kinds of crazy stuff I don't approve of. Stresses me out on a daily basis, but he's done roofing, he's done construction. He actually did the framing on the Wynn Resort in Vegas.
That's pretty cool.
So there was this movie that I was. Do you watch a lot of movies?
I don't watch TV.
Well, there is this documentary movie on Amazon Prime. It's called Operation Tucson. And because at one time you said you were friends with Tim Ballard, right?
I know Tim Ballard.
How do you feel about all this
Well, there's a lot of scamming
crap
stuff
he
with it
has
now.
going on? Like,
Well,
I
there's a
know about the financial stuff with the organization. They are
well
under
they
fire
took.
for that. But what about his sexual misconduct lawsuits?
I mean, it's just like with Vince McMahon and the things that happen with him. Hell, look, here's the thing: when you own a company and you have employees that work up under you, there's
Hmm.
always a chance that that's going to happen. Always a chance that's going to happen. But a lot
Right.
of it, a lot of it, I mean, you've seen a lot of it's been, settled as fake and false, but not with McMahon. Of course, this is new that come out. Um, but look, here's the point about it. Look at all the people that kissed his ass. Now they're coming out against him. Like something big had to break. But beforehand, they was best friends with him because he's the man with the money. He hires them and all that. But now
Yeah.
you've got all these people saying, "Oh yeah, we knew about it." Well, don't you think they should be in trouble too as well for knowing about it, and not saying anything about it? Think about it.
Yeah, and then the timing of I mean, I'm not going to say that these women are lying. I know that I'm split kind of 50-50.
Well,
I've
there's text
listened to all
messages.
the interviews, but the timing of it I know has been brought into question because they didn't actually file their lawsuits until after The Sound of Freedom was released. So
There you go.
there's been question about that, but at the same time, if this really happened, and I mean, he's human like everybody else. Yes, he did amazing things for children. I will never take that away from him. Um, to be traveling so much with these women and being so close in vulnerable situations, emotions are high. You're looking for comfort and human contact to kind of bring you back down to reality when you see the horrific things that happen to these children. I don't excuse him, but because I understand that that's a possibility, I'm still up in the air. I'm not going to say he's 100% guilty, but I'm not going to say he's 100% innocent either. We just have to wait and see how it plays out. It's unfortunate because he does have a loving wife, but there's been speculation that she knew about it too. And she had people lie and write statements. So they're just, and it's what happens when you have people who are in the spotlight. Um,
Look how many kids he adopted, like legally
yeah.
adopted.
Hmm.
And he has
Well,
numerous. Anywhere he goes, he has to have security with him. Anywhere and everywhere
well,
he goes,
yeah,
he has to have security because of the
yeah,
things he's
because
done. He's took
these
hundreds.
traffickers, I mean, he wasn't taking down the little guys who live in mommy's basement in the middle of town. I mean, he was
No, he
taking
helped take down hubs. He helped take
international
exactly,
rings. So one
exactly.
of this story took place in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and it was actually the movie got its name because of Toussaint Louverture, who was
Hmm.
actually the guy in 1791 who helped abolish human slavery. So a lot of people
Hmm.
think that slavery ended in the US. It didn't. It was actually in Haiti
Hmm.
they abolished human slavery. But even today, there are more people enslaved than there ever was in our history. So
And it's going to continue.
it is going to continue. The U.S. is the biggest consumer of, I don't even want to say it, but you know what I'm talking about, of CP. They're the biggest consumer. But there was a
Hmm.
story that they told in that movie, and it was between two of the OUR agents, and it is a little boy is on the beach collecting starfish and throwing them in the ocean. A man walks up and says, "What are you doing with those?" The boy replies, "It's low tide. If I don't get them back in the water, they'll all die." The man told the boy to look down the beach at the hundreds of starfish and said, "You'll never be able to do this." The boy threw one in the ocean and said, "Maybe not, but with this one, I just made a difference." So when you hear that, and it kind of puts it into perspective of how many children who are being put through these horrific crimes, when you think about that on such a large scale, do you understand why people might get a little mad or a little impatient with you or frustrated? Because this is a problem that touches so many people's hearts. Not only is it just people who care about children in general, but it's people who have been through something similar or who have known someone who's been through something similar. When you have a platform like YouTube, you have people from all walks of life. So when they see this person come in and make all these promises and then shit happens or it doesn't pan out, do you understand why people might get frustrated?
I do. I do understand that, but I'm never. But here's the thing: things are still panning out. I'm doing it myself. I mean, I'm working, but I have to build myself up to be able to do it. Do I still do awareness classes? Hell yes, I do. Do I still have probably what I'm doing with my shirts and shit? Yes, I do. I mean, I'm even investing more into that now. So I mean, that's awareness in itself right there. So I
Yeah.
mean, as far as going out there physically and trying to do something that I can't do, no, I'm not doing that. I don't claim to be doing that. But have I done it in the past? Yes, I have. Simple as that.
if everyone could get to a point and be like, okay, everything that happened before today, we can't completely forget about it, but we can put it on the back burner and just start fresh today. Is there anything, any different ways you would have worded things, or like maybe instead of just wait and see, this is definitely coming, maybe say something like, this is my plan. So that way, when it falls through, you don't have so many people jumping your ass. Because here's what,
Well,
and
I mean, I
I
still
know
have the
you might
insurance
get a
thing
little
going.
irritated with me, but
People,
I'm a
people,
big
look, it's like
stickler.
anything in a company. People, you're going to have employees that quit. You're going to have people that just give up. They don't want to do it. That does not mean you fail. That means that don't mean you fail because I never gave up. I'm not giving up. I'm not going to give up with it. I've got some big things coming, but do I want to change my channel around? Yes, I do. I'm done with the drama. I don't want this ignorant drama shit. Hell, the last month I've got over 120,000, engagements and stuff. I don't want the drama bullshit of it no more. I found something new. I want to go to it. I want to do it. Does it still involve, helping kids and stuff? Yes, it does. Does it still involve, say showing awareness? Yes, it does. I'm on the same track, but I bettered myself. I started working. I'm doing great. I've got a couple investments. I've got a couple of brand new sponsors. I mean, I just dropped over $1,000 in t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that for people, and just to keep price low with with something quality, something they'll love. They'll love this stuff and they'll be wanting more. And I know that. That's why I'm getting ready for round two. Simple as that. I sold out in what, a day and something. I sold what, 30 shirts and stuff, and I've sold 24 hoodies. Like, think about it.
Um, okay. While we're talking about the t-shirts, I had a quick question. It's because I've seen a lot of people mention it in chats. Is PayPal your preferred way of taking payments because you want to harvest information to dox people in the future?
No, because none of the people that I ever done anything or even thinking about would even order anyway. So, and I don't care anyways, to be honest with you. So, no, that ain't got anything to do with it.
So nobody has to, like, if someone orders a shirt from you, or the people that have ordered a shirt and have paid you through
I'm not the
PayPal.
one that ships it out. I'm not the one that ships it out. Take
Okay.
down the information and it goes somewhere else. Simple as that. That's it.
Okay.
As far as
Um,
doxing, I can dox anybody if I wanted to. Hell, I've been a skip tracer long enough. So, I mean, I do want to say one thing. Thank you, BDAC. Thank you, BDAC. BDAC's a great person. Anybody who don't know BDAC, he's a really, really good, he's a good guy. He's a real good friend. And, I know he supports the right. And I'll say that. That's all I'll say about that.
so are you ever concerned that anyone will get, because we talked about this last time we had a conversation, Ernie. I talked to you about doxing, and you agreed that, you would feel bad if people got hurt and you didn't want that. So are you just, do you just
Well,
dox
dox,
people just
well,
because they make you
doxing,
mad,
here's the thing.
or
Listen, okay, look. Okay, so the way I run my channel is I run it on a power grid, okay? Like an empire. We have
Mhm.
people who are not on YouTube, but yet they watch YouTube. They're not in the chats. They're what you call some people in the bushes, I guess you'd call it. And those people are very, very powerful people. And we have an understanding that we do things to help each other. I scratch their back, they scratch my back. That's the way things go. Now, saying is it evil? Is it bad? No. But sometimes is it unfriendly? Hell yes.
So what would be a reason that someone, like, what do you consider a justifiable reason to dox someone?
A justifiable reason to dox someone?
Yeah.
Well, I don't dox.
But you have.
No, I
You
just make a
just said
connection.
earlier.
Simple, make a connection. If they have a profile on Facebook, I'll connect them to it. Simple as that. That's not doxing. doxing's having something that nobody's got out there, then you're putting it out there with everything else with it. I don't do that. I just tell
But
who
if
they are.
someone has their private personal Facebook page and then they come to YouTube and they use a name that is not their real name
Hmm.
because they don't want people on YouTube, knowing their whole existence, then what would be a justifiable reason in your eyes to bring that information over from Facebook?
It depends on what they do.
So would it just be
If
if
they're
they
hurt,
don't
if they're out
agree
there,
with
if they're
you
out there hurting
or
other people, if they're out there hurting other people or doing something of that nature, and they're being secluded about it, and they're causing pain upon others, yes, I mean, hell, especially if somebody's going to pay me to do it. Hell, I've had people pay me to go and looking into people, and I mean,
well, yeah, that
well,
happens all the time.
I mean,
I mean,
hell,
that's
look at the
always
girl. Look at the
happened on
girl said she
YouTube.
was missing 51 years. When she started telling the story, I knew the story. I already knew the story. And she's like, "You can't find me. You can't find." Well, she challenged me. She said I couldn't find her. I found her in 62 seconds. Simple as that.
So here's a good point. Sayla V says, why her? Because she didn't have Facebook. So you would have had to go down a different avenue in order to dox her.
Now, was
And
it
you
me
just
that
said
doxed her?
this. I don't know.
No.
That's just what she said in the chat. She says, Ernie,
Well,
why me? I didn't have Facebook.
I wasn't the one that doxed you. Oh,
This morning, on Team Roses, you said that y'all have basically gotten all the information on all the
we
mean
have every
girls.
single one of the mean girls. We have every single one of the mean girls. There's
Oh,
one.
you
There's
got
one or two
mine.
that
You
we
got
haven't.
my
We don't have.
information. You got my information.
Are you a mean girl? Are you
I
admitting right
don't.
here you're a mean girl? You said you wasn't affiliated with anyone.
I wasn't a mean girl until last week. But
Oh,
can
now
I
you're a
tell you
mean
what the
girl.
mean girls
Well,
are?
you tell me what the mean girls are.
The mean girls, it's just a chat, just like your Tiger chat, just like Jimbo's Discord, just like anyone who gets on a group chat and they just bullshit with each other. It's not some super secret conspiracy where we're out to take on the world. It's a silly title that Rap gave, and it just kind of stuck. It became
Again, there
like
you
a
go.
running
You're
joke.
that's coming from a rapist. I don't agree with that. Don't have anything to do with that. So,
But I'm just saying that's where the title
but you're the one
originated
admitting it.
from.
You're the one admitting you're taking after a name that came from actually a rapist.
Well,
So
I don't care. I
that makes
mean,
you. I know you don't care,
Rap's
but you don't see the
nobody to
thing
me.
about it. There are people
He's
out here in this world
nobody to
that do
me.
give a
I'm
damn
not. I
about it.
don't. I don't like automatically assume that because I have a group of friends known by a title that a rapist gave, that it's there's some hidden agenda. It's not a thing for me. I don't
Well, I
look
mean, look at
that
Nicolina.
deep
She's flip
into
flopped on
it.
that a many a times. One minute she likes him, it's her son, and all the next minute. I just don't do that. I don't want to flip flop and bullshit around me, to be honest with you. I'm straight out with it the way I am, and everybody knows. And if they don't like it, they can get the hell out of the Tiger Club, and I don't want them in my chat anyway. Simple as that. That's just the way it is. That's where you put your foot down. That's the difference becoming a leader and a follower. And until you guys understand that and realize that, then you can, people go on the way they're going on.
I mean, I feel like I've maintained a pretty consistent existence since I've started my channel. I don't attack people's real lives. I don't do all that shit.
But what's
I
the reason
treat
for
people
existing?
with the
What's the
same
reason for
respect that
existing
they
though?
give me.
If you're
Hmm?
going to exist, if you're going to exist in anything, don't you want to do something with that existence? Or do you just want to lollygag around and never do anything with it?
I
It's
have
kind of
a
like,
whole true crime channel. I mean, I do other things with true crime that I don't necessarily have to be front and center with that. I do a lot of research.
let me ask you a
Um,
question.
mhm.
Would you rather die for something or live for nothing?
Will die for something. I mean, but I have a lot of things in my life that I would die for. I'm a mother first, then I'm a wife, then I have my career that I'm going into. which that is because of a situation that touched me personally. I had a brother-in-law who was killed by a drunk driver, and what my family went through because it was so poorly handled. I chose to go into the field of death investigation because I never wanted another family to feel the way we felt because it was mishandled and we did not receive justice. The kid got 90 days outpatient drug and alcohol treatment for taking a life. I mean, so there's lots of things in my life that if I were to be taken out today, it could be for any one of those reasons. I will always strive to do better and learn more and be the kind of example for my children that I need to be. Am I going to have moments where I can be a complete pain in the ass? Absolutely. I've told you that. I know I can be a pain in the ass. I know I can be a smart ass, but it's just not that deep for me. Do I go out of
Well,
my
I
way to
understand that.
hurt people? Absolutely not. I never will. But if you buck up to me, then be prepared for what may or may not come back.
So bucking up to you warrants that kind of activity, right? That physical activity to come back at someone to get
No, I
that
would never
response, right?
go. No, I would
You
all,
just said
if
it. You just
anyone
said if
bucks
you
up to
buck
me
up
and
to you,
ever put,
you
when I say buck up, I mean, if you're going to talk shit to me in a chat, be prepared for me to flip you off or tell you to shut the fuck up. That's what that
mm,
means. Now, if someone comes at me in real life, then I'm going to take the proper steps and follow procedure to make sure that that person doesn't do it to anybody else. But I've never done anything to anyone to justify them coming at me in real life. I don't get down like that. I
right.
always try to stay on the right side of wrong.
For everyone, here's the thing. Can I send you something right fast
Yeah.
in Messenger?
Uh huh.
That way we can debunk since everybody's wanting to debunk me, and then maybe before you put it out there, I'm not going to say anything what I'm sending you. Maybe you can ask that questions to the person in in general and see what he it gives you the answer, and then I'll show you what documentation says, and then you can do that. And I wouldn't even do that now. I'd wait a couple of days, 3 or 4 days, a week or something. That way they wouldn't be expecting it. But after this live, I'll send you something and you can look at it, and you can decide. You can decide because I've heard his lies, and it's pretty much it debunks everything. But it's okay. Now with your deal about going after people, I don't go after nobody. If you hit me, I'll hit you 10 times harder. It's just as simple as that. It's as simple as that. There's no, uh, there's no, how do I say this without being too forward? There's no limit what I will do. Let's just say that if needed. That's the way I am.
No limit, as in,
No
like, some
limit at
people
all.
could take
No
that
limit at
as,
all. If having to go through the main biggest thing of doing something, I've done it before and don't care to do it again. Simple as that.
but over YouTube stuff, I mean, just
Simple,
for
simple as
people.
that. Simple as that. I'm not your law abiding citizen. I want people to get that out of their heads real quick. I'm not that. Do I support law enforcement? Sometimes. If they're in the right, hell yeah. But am I that anymore? Do I have anything? Am I thin blue line? Do I give them a penny? Do I? No, hell no, and never will. Never will. Never will. I have seen firsthand how some of these JBT pigs do people, innocent people. I have seen how they lock people up on drugs, marijuana, and stuff like that. And then these poor people get more time than people who touch a child and hurt a child. These child predators do. So yes, I'm against that. I'm 1,000% against that. I have watched law enforcement on these crazy videos and stuff, and all these body cams and shit, and how they actually do innocent people when they sit there and they set these people up. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that, and I think when they're caught and justice is actually applied. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing. Now, fact, this is something you're going to see here soon, probably in 2024. I am going to beat the living shit out of Matthew Kemper on live. I'll have people with me, okay? Simple as that. That is a fact. He can go to any law enforcement he wants to go to. It's as simple as that. I am going to use his head for a mop and his butt for a broom, whatever the fuck, wherever we're at. Will he see it coming? Hell no, he won't. Will it be fire and face up? Hell yes, it will. Right in his face. That's what it's going to happen. Okay. Now, now that there we go. Let's go on a more civil note. Now, let's go back onto a civil note. There we go. See how nice that is? Everybody's calmed down now. Everybody's ready. Good deal.
Okay. You can't threaten people, Ernie. You can't do that. Okay.
Sue me.
I know that you've said a lot of people have caused you problems with your
He
whole
don't
new.
know me, and what he said about my family is unforgivable. Even my uncle said it's unforgivable. And yes, me and my uncle, we're on really good terms now. Really good terms. And yes, is my uncle accused of the murder in Harlan, the recent one? Yes, he is. Fact. What happens with that? You know what? It ain't what you know, it's who you know. And that's a fact, especially when you get down in those areas. But are we on good terms? We are pretty on good terms right now.
So, with all the other stuff you have going on, and I've talked to you about this privately about how you need to just handle it and get it out of the way, do you feel that that situation in itself is in any way preventing you to be able to go out into the world and actually dig in hard and make a difference for
Yes,
all
Jimbo, the
these
one
children?
the one that's a drug dealer, yes. The one that's a drug dealer and the one that hangs out with your client pretty damn all the time. Yeah, we got that too. We'll be bringing that out here soon. Anyways, yeah. So do I answer the question again, please? Thank you.
Do you feel like your unsettled legal issues is creating a barrier that prevents you from going out into the world and putting your 100% into helping children who need it?
No, not
Is
really.
that not
No,
like a roadblock for you?
no, not really. Because I'm not in the state of Kentucky. Hell, Kentucky is the only one that even attempts to even say anything. So no, I'm not worried about it.
Do you feel like, because you've said that people have called and reported things and made up stuff and told, authorities all kinds of stuff, do you think that maybe if people had something positive to tell, like if you showed people something positive and they were able to be like a character witness if it came down to it, because people are probably still going to keep calling, right? Wouldn't you want to give them something better to report that could help you in the long
Well, that's
run?
coming. That's coming. Just like I said, I'm changing my channel around in the next few days. People are going to see some stuff. People are going to get to see some stuff. Like I said, I'm getting my first payday. I'm investing in stuff. I've got two brand new sponsors that are freaking amazing, and they've helped me a lot. And I'm investing in me pretty much. I'm investing in what I got going, and hopefully. But I'm telling you right now, there's something about working. It just turns a person like into a newer person, honestly, because you get up early and you start getting that in your system, pretty much getting early all the time. And then, you know, what I like about this is we'll work hard. We work really, really hard, but there are certain days when we're waiting on supplies and we don't have supplies and people have to go different places to get supplies because of the way the economy is. People don't understand, but construction, it's hard to even find stuff. I mean, and of course you got to have it at a good deal because you've already priced this job out, and you can't just accept shit being too high. I mean, you've got to actually bargain shop and pretty much find what you need in order to make any kind of money or to make ends meet when you're doing these contracts. So Yeah, I mean, like right now, hell, I'm sitting here, ain't doing shit right now. Not been doing nothing for the last 2 hours, pretty much. So I'm having a blast right now, but I know it's going to change about 5 o'clock, and we'll do whatever. So, and then I'll probably work for about 2.5 hours, and then we'll be done. But this morning was hell. I mean, like, but we working our asses off. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know if you guys understand. How much and what 8 or 9 Spanish people, Mexicans can do in a lot of time. Oh, somebody's got a dog.
I have two big dogs. I have a lab and a pit bull. um,
Hold on 1 second. Skip tracers, don't go to chasing Justice's house. She's got two big animals.
yes, and lots of guns. Don't come up in my driveway. Um, do you get nervous like when you see police out and about? I know you say you don't have anything to worry about because you're not in Kentucky, but people try to find you wherever you go, and you've pissed people off that have probably called other agencies. Does it make you nervous thinking that one, like Florida could have kept you because they do extradite felons? It doesn't just have to be a dangerous felony.
They
Do
do.
you,
They do. But they do. They really do. And yes, they could have. But I had a lot of
were
people
you
pulling.
nervous?
Well, yeah, a little bit, but I was never in the cell. Like they kept me out. I mean, they put me in a room, but that was it. I was never in a cell or anything. Like I was like in a little holding place with about 20 other people. And then finally, in about, they kept me for a while. Yeah. And they kept on and kept on and kept on. And I guess Kentucky didn't answer them back or something. And the next thing you know, they're like, well, why are you holding him for? There's no way to hold him. There's no reason. And, they
Yeah.
was it was signed that I was out. So I was like, well, I was never even they didn't even fingerprint me. They didn't even do anything. They just put me in a holding place because I had committed no crime in that state. So it was weird because I'd never seen anything ran like that. So here I am just in a little hold cell. Like, there's like 15 or 20 people in there with me, but most of them drunk and shit and laying on the benches and stuff. And that was about it. That was about it. I just sat down and put my feet up and 4 or 5 hours, and then people started talking like, well, he ain't committed a crime. He ain't done. And I guess they rung out. I can't remember how it was, if it was on the weekend or what the deal was. But nobody answered. Nobody was even answering. And he's like, well, we can't just hold him. And they seen that, and then pretty much, I guess, they let me loose. I mean, that was
Yeah.
it. That was it. I started to do a
Okay.
video. I started to do a video walking out, and I was like, you know what? They'll skip trace shit out of this. They'll find that building, and that'll be it. And plus,
Oh,
me
you know
without no
me, I would have
transportation
been
and shit at
image
the time.
searching everything.
Oh yeah, I know you would have. I know that's the thing. I know. I, I knew there was a line. I knew there was a line out there in that safari somewhere looking. So I knew not to even do that. Like I don't cam up anymore. I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that shit. I'll take a photo here once in a while and do a couple things, and that's about it. I don't cam up. I don't show my stuff. I'm not going to until I get to what I'm looking for and what I'm trying to accomplish, physical right now with my appearance and stuff. So yes, I am working deep, deep, deep into that.
Okay, honest question. Don't get mad at me because I told you. I told you
No, no,
that's
no,
one of the
no. Ask the
things about
question.
me.
Ask
I'm
the question.
always going to be honest with you. Are
So
you
Mark,
trying to wait this out for the statute of limitations to run out? Is that what you're trying to do?
no, no, I'm not. No, and as a matter of fact, I've been talking to people in legislation from Kentucky, and I've been doing okay with it. We're working on it. Can Mark's comment has been up there for about 25 or 30 minutes.
Oh, I
100K in
didn't even
investment.
know. I don't even know how I. Okay. Um, if I helped you, if I had an attorney and could help you deal with that, would you accept the help?
uh I don't know about all that because I've had Bill offer to pay my attorney fees and stuff. And I said it's just something we need to discuss. It'd be something I want to discuss and talk about it and figure it out. And I have to make sure that I've got every little ounce of evidence and everything. I just want everything ready. I want everything ready. See, the fact of the matter is, I was never fired from my job. I had to take classes for that job. So, I just didn't try, go out and steal a van. That was bullshit. That was, the whole charges and everything is not even what, it don't even add
Well,
up.
that's
So,
why I didn't understand why you didn't just go to court and, plead your case right then.
because I was in the hospital, I was in the hospital for 31 days. And
But when you
even
got
I,
out, you
and I
could have
talked to,
like went and handled it.
no, it was already done. It was already done after that. They had already kangarooed the court around, and they took what Jimbo sent them. Again, what Jimbo sent them. Jimbo was the one that sent that to the prosecutor. So you can imagine. So it is what it is. But
I
I've
mean,
also
yeah,
had a
you would have had to
so.
turn yourself in and answer for the warrant, but then,
But then listen to me. I've had an attorney say, if we can prove that those medical records are fact, and you was in the hospital for that time, and the prosecutor and the judge went over and took a YouTube video that could have anything been happened to that YouTube video over actual medical papers, then they'll drop everything. They'll get everything dropped. And there's
well, I
nothing
mean,
nobody can do about it.
if you would have gotten released from the hospital and gone and turned yourself in, and you had all the medical documentation showing that you were in the hospital, they would have recalled the warrant and scheduled a new court date. That to me seems like the easiest way to handle it instead of, I mean, it's a year now that you've had this monkey on your back. I just feel like, I know I would just want to handle it, and be done with it and put it behind you. Because until you do that, it's always going to be right in front of you. And at any given time, what if you're in the middle of a big thing, or you're in the middle of helping some child, and for whatever reason you get picked up and they take you back to
Well,
Kentucky?
they're not going to pick me up for something like that.
Well, you never know what could
Because
happen.
if
It
I'm
could
no, no,
be,
no. If I'm actually helping a child and law enforcement tries to interfere, well, I mean, it's going
well,
to be.
it depends on who the officers are, because if they know you're wanted, all they care about is meeting their quota, and they're
Well,
going to
then
do
they're
what
going
they
to get
have to
more
do.
than that. They're going to get a hell of a lot more than a quota.
Hmm.
Simple. Just I'm being straight up. I mean, I'm
Well,
not
I
being
know that
threatening
was
or
the
nothing like that. I'm
big.
being straight up. It's just like those five that tried to turn me over on my stomach to get me handcuffed on my back, and they couldn't do it. There's five of them dudes. Fuck, that was a play day. That was fun as hell. And me getting tased and shit, like, after the first, second, two or three times, shit, that tasing shit don't even bother you. It don't even phase you. As a matter of fact, hell, I got tased 9 damn times. I had damn taser marks stuck in me. I mean, it was like they hit me in my leg. Hell, I mean, it was crazy as hell. Then they stuck me in the stomach. They stuck me in the back. They stuck me in the arms. We rode down the damn hill. They was cell phones flying. They was people's handcuff keys going everywhere. They didn't have their shit secured with a damn. I'm telling you, it was crazy. It was some crazy shit. Like literally, like hell, their belts and shit was almost coming off. I mean, we rode down a damn hill, and then here, so and so's husband or fiance's up there filming it. I mean, it was crazy as hell. It was a crazy, crazy deal, and I wasn't even doing anything. And even the sheriff's department or whatever the hell, they said, you want to make a complaint against them? I was like, no, they're doing their job. Hell, it is what it is. But like during those times, yes, I had those problems. I don't have those problems anymore. I learned how to cope and cope fast with it.
You
So,
know
but
what I've
now,
noticed?
go ahead.
I've noticed that since you quit hanging out with Tina all the time, you don't go run around on the highways anymore. That's just something I noticed.
Well,
You've
and
been
it
pretty
wouldn't
good
cause it
about,
wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing cause Tina, nothing like that. But I will
but
say
she
this,
thinks some crazy stuff. I've tried to like
Well,
decipher
Tina
some of
has a
the
right. I mean, here's
ideas
the
she
thing. She has
has.
a right. She has a right to say what she wants to say. Do I agree with
Yeah, but
everything? No, not really. But, is she right on a lot? Has she been through a lot of hell? Yes, she has. Her life's been destroyed. And do I think the people should pay for that? Hell yes. Hell yes. Does Tina have a lot of friends and a lot of places and high places and shit? Yes, she does. Does she have people who are in militia and shit like that? Hell yeah, we all do. We all do. So yes, I mean we have things in backup and ready when we need it. That's just a fact. I don't care what anybody else says about it. We do have that. Hell, I'm down and out. And been down and out, but I still have friends. I still have people I can call up on everything if needed.
um, Nicolina had asked earlier, where'd it go? What about her brother that you doxed simply because it was her brother?
Because she kept saying, "Oh, my brother works for the department and all that." Well, we found him up, we found out what he was and everything. It is what it is. I don't, I'm not going to vote. What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? I didn't do it or something? Am I supposed to say, "Oh, I'm sorry for doing it"? No, I'm not. I'm not sorry at all. I was a public official, so hell.
But there's people out there who just would love to like hurt someone in law enforcement just because they're anti
Well, they know him.
LE.
Well, they know him anyway. It ain't
And
like
if
he's not
they're
on
mad
patrol.
at
So
her, I mean,
no,
like,
I don't.
because if
No, no.
someone puts my
The
family in
people,
danger because
the
they're pissed
people
at
mad at
me,
Nicolina are going after Nicolina. Okay, they're not going after anybody else. Hint, hint. They're going after Nicolina. No one else. Not her brother, not her mama, not her sister, whatever the hell. No, they don't want anybody else but Nicolina. Now, people can take that however the way they want to. Am I part of it? No. Do I know something about it? Hell yes, I do. And I hope it happens soon. Simple as that. There you go. There's no law against me saying what I just said. Nothing. Nothing. That's not a threat. That's not anything. Do I wish it upon her? Hell yes, I do. Can't wait till it happens. Fact. Am I going to say shit? No. I'm going to fucking party. I'm going to party hard. Hell, I may even snort me some coke. I'm going to open my panel up. I'm going to open my channel and we're going to play The Witch is Dead 24 hours straight. There you go. Fact.
let's see. Okay, someone wants to know if you feel like you should pay any of the people back who donated to your bond money because you didn't follow through with your end of the bargain, which is to show up for court. Has
You know,
anyone?
when all that happened, I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 31 days. The court was on the 12th. I was
Right.
in the hospital all the way to the 31st or something like that in January. So I was not even aware of anything. I was out. Like if anybody knows what it's like to have your kidneys shut down, you're not all the time, you know, able to do anything. Like you're out most of the time. Medicine, I can't remember what all I was on. And every time they would try to do the dialysis and stuff, the catheters and shit in my necks and shit wouldn't work. And it would cause my blood pressure to drop. And it would, I'd faint out or whatever. And they'd have to do shit to get me back. It was crazy shit. It was really, really crazy shit. And even the doctor kept walking back. We're trying, we're doing everything we can. We're doing everything we can. And, but I probably had some of the best doctors in New York that was there on account of one special person that called in favors. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that as long as I live. I had doctors that came in specially for that because of one person that just best friends with people and what she had done for the people of COVID and all of that stuff. They came in to help me. And they were strictly about me and my condition. And they worked around the clock, literally, to get me back to what I needed to be. Because, I mean, usually when your kidneys are shut down for so long, I mean, you're done. You're done. And there's no coming back from that. So I got to see it firsthand of what it was like. Was I in pain? I was on so much medication. No, I was not in any pain. But, I'll never forget those doctors. Those doctors to this day are friends, and they're people of very much interest now that who are just we talk on the basis. Let's just say that. I ain't gonna say too much about it.
So, like in the video of the court hearing, the judge said that your paper that you had produced, I guess, through your attorney was 12 days old. So they would have issued you another court date had you just produced new
I
paperwork,
asked for a continuance.
and they
Is
declined
what
it.
I asked. That's what I asked from the lawyer, was a continuance, just to continue it. And then I showed the day. The paper wasn't 12 days old. The papers was like 2 days old. I mean, I barely got it in. I barely was able to even get it into him. I mean, hell,
Yeah, she
we
said it
was
was like an indefinite amount of time that you were going to be there. I can
well.
tell
They
you,
When you
I
don't know
never.
when someone's dying. I mean, literally of kidney failure. Like, I mean, I had a lot of other shit wrong with me too, but that was the
Well, you
main
need to
thing. That
talk
was
to that lawyer because in that video, I never heard him tell the judge anything about
well. That's
getting a
what you get for having
continuance.
a public attorney too, as well, right? The public attorney ain't for you. They're not for you. They're not for you at all. So, I mean, I learned my lesson from that too. So, before I go into this or anything, if I do decide to go into this, but like I said, people are chasing the ghost right now, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it at all, as a matter of fact.
Well, I've always told you that you should
Well, here's
just
the thing. I've
step
already been pulled
through it.
over. I've been pulled over a couple different times already, and you know, nothing even be done. I mean, I'm still
But
here.
when you
So
say stuff like that all the time, like when you say that they're chasing a ghost and
they're
you
chasing
say
the
that
ghost.
they're incompetent and all that,
They are
just like
incompetent.
people have
They're
called authorities in the past, are you afraid that people are going to call the authorities with that stuff?
Well, they
Like,
can do what. Well, I mean,
because you're
what is
kind
it?
of like mocking
It,
them. Do
it
you
don't
think it's
matter.
going
It
to
don't
be
matter.
harder in the long
I
run?
have a right to free speech. I can tell these pigs
Well,
to go
yeah,
to
you
hell.
do.
I can tell a pig to go to hell. It don't matter. I have a right to free speech.
I'm just
I have
talking
a
about
right to
from
stand
a
there
legal
and exercise.
standpoint.
There ain't nothing illegal. I have a right to exercise my rights.
Okay,
I'm
calm
not no
down.
convicted felon, but I'm not a
No,
convicted
you're
felon.
not
I've never
convicted
been
yet.
convicted. Never.
What I'm asking though is if you think that it's going to have a negative impact if this finally does go back to court
I
and
mean,
you
it can have
settle.
whatever. It can have whatever the fact.
I would
But
just
but
have
I've
hope
learned my
and
lesson.
know
I've
that
learned
he'll
my
try
lesson
this.
about trusting any law enforcement or anything or going to bat. Do I have friends that are great law enforcement officers? Hell yes, I do. I always will have those friends. And they know exactly how I feel about it. They know exactly how I feel. Well, those people, no, hell no. Those law enforcement, hey bro, we got your six, man. Yeah, okay, cool deal. Thank you. I'm glad to know that. It's good to know that. Hell, when they was calling and telling people where I was at and shit, hell, law enforcement was coming to me and telling me beforehand what was getting ready to go on and shit. So I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about that at all.
I mean, I think you need to worry a little bit because you don't want to have to get sent away to prison for a long time, right? That's not what you want.
No, I'm not going to prison. I wouldn't be going to prison anyways.
Mhm. You'd be
No.
going to jail for a bit. You would be doing that because if they get you and they give you a new court date, they're not going to let you go home and wait for that court date. You're a flight risk now. They're going to keep you in jail until you go to court.
Hold on one second here. Hold on a second. Hold on one second here. Oh, okay, so while I was in there, I wasn't even able to consent to the procedures. Okay, I'm looking at the records and stuff. I wasn't
Hmm.
even able to consent to the procedures that was done on me. That's how bad I was when it happened.
Did you have a medical power of attorney?
Yes.
Okay. Because that's important. Whenever you have stuff like that going on, you need a power of attorney that can consent to procedures that need to be done.
And
So,
to the person that just messaged me, I figured out finally, at the first of the year coming out on this year, what all you've done for me. And I do appreciate that. I really do. Because I know that that wasn't cheap. And I do appreciate you now because I didn't even know you did all that. I didn't know that all that insurance and all that was paid up for the full year. I never knew anything of that. And I do appreciate you now that you messaged me here. I didn't know that until the first of the year, like literally. But I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Go ahead there, Jason. Sorry about that. I just seen the person pop up in my
Oh no,
messages,
it's fine.
and I haven't talked to the person in a while. So,
So the other night, like I was listening to a little bit of like when you and Easy were talking, um, and it came up about the two bullets you put in someone. What's that about? I don't remember hearing
pass,
about that.
pass,
Pass. So you really shot someone twice? You're not going to answer me, are you? It's
pass.
fine. You don't have to answer. I got it. So moving forward, what can we expect? Are you just going to chill out and just like do your curriculum stuff? Who helps you write your curriculum?
I have a few people that actually help me. I actually have a professional writer person right now who's helped me a lot in the past do some things. Right now, like literally right now, I'm just changing my platform up. I've got some things invested with some huge celebrities, and I just want to try to, start doing interviews and stuff like that. And I want to kind of take I want to be less drama and kind of like ease everything down and let it go the way it is right now, and that way things can die down and I can get my composure back. I can, because right now I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm working on myself hard. Like literally, I mean, I'm 4,000 calories a day. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm really trying to build my weight up. I mean, hell, in the December, just take this December the 5th, I was 121 pounds. I'm 154 pounds now. I'm getting it back and fast, and I want to keep on building and building and building. I want to get to about 168, 170 pounds, and I want to look really, really good. And that's what I'm doing. Now, that's why I've not been showing myself. I mean, I've got a hell of a studio that I finally built that I want to, I want to show people. But then again, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it like this right now until I get to looking really, really, really good. So once my cycle of stuff is over with, I mean, I may show, but we'll see how that works. Whoever sent me the Cash App just now, if you can, just if you could just send it over to Chasing Justice for the charity, I'd appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm actually going to donate to
Yeah,
a charity. Who we donating to, by the way?
we're donating to a friend in the community whose mother
Okay, can you
had
put your
back
Cash App right
surgery
now? I'll
today.
go ahead and donate. Thank you, Diz. Thank you. Appreciate that. Can you put your Cash App up
Yeah.
so I can see? And a lot of my people was asking too. So it's a friend in the community who's down and sick or something like that, right?
Her mom just had back surgery this morning. Actually, we are waiting to hear how she's doing.
Hmm.
Um, Another family member is out of work, so they're just all trying to pull together and make life as easy as possible for mom, which I am so empathetic to that because I would love to have my mom here still, but unfortunately, she lost her fight with cancer 12 years ago.
So sorry for that. So sorry.
Uh,
But
So
yes, if
in
you
the
could put your
future, you're
Cash
just
App
going
up
to
there.
kind of, you're going to still do your curriculums and
Well,
your,
I'm on a rock and roll. I mean, straight
can
out,
you
I'm on a
kind
rock and
of,
roll. I'm going to get more energetic and I'm going to get more and more invested and I'm going to do more things. I'm not just your kind of person that sits behind a computer at home and, just wants to go do this. No, hell no. Nah, I'm not that at all. I'm like, I like the experience of going out and doing things. I like that. It
yeah.
pays better. It pays better doing that. Trust me.
Okay, so I've been wanting to know about this Allie chick because you kind of alluded that there was a relationship there. And then you said that she quit her job because she was going to travel with the team. Is this someone
No,
we
Allie,
know?
Well, Allie was already on the verge of retirement, anyways. Let's just say that. And she's still a friend. I mean, a great friend. She's like one of those work at home kind of people. Like she never really came out with the team or nothing like that. I mean, we stayed at her place a couple times, and that's about it. That's not much about it. She helps every once in a while. Hell, I can call up on her and stuff. But Brian's my big factor. Brian's awesome. Brian's amazing. I mean, he gets like, I mean, oh my God, some of his contracts is freaking amazing. Like, and he helps me a lot. Brian's great. Brian is a great guy.
Someone wants to know if the hole in the wall is fixed. Is Merle Haggard still hanging around?
Well, we're not in that house because that house is in Maryville. That house
Uh,
is the same place where I shot. I mean, well,
uh
it's
see,
in Maryville. Anyways, that house is like the main house. Whenever we're working around Knoxville or something, we can stay there. We're actually in hotels in Johnson City now, so I mean, we're going to be there for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Anyways, let me get something to drink.
I'm gonna scroll through and try to find some of your guys' questions. Uh-oh, some bad hairspray and chicken. Oh no. Yes, cancer does suck. I'm so happy that everyone's here. Thank you guys for hanging in there and being patient. I know it can be frustrating.
Thank you. I had to get a Mountain Dew. Oh my God.
I
Mm.
told you before last time we talked that Mountain Dew is no good for someone, especially if they have kidney issues, and you told me you were going to stop.
Look, I drank two of them a
So you
day.
lied to
Sometimes
me.
just one. No, I'd cut it out. I'd cut it out there a lot, but I don't know. I mean, I got on Tostitos and eating that damn dip and then cashews and stuff, and I'm just like I said, I was getting fat as hell. And I'm hoping
When I
somebody
was
will order
little,
that cheek thing for me. That way, they can keep my cheeks all skinny. It's on my
oh, that
tickle
reminds
me
me.
Amazon list.
Um, when
I'm
I
gonna
was
put
little,
butt
I
pads
used
on
to
their
call
neck.
cashews cat shoes. I couldn't say cashews; they were cat shoes. What is a female butt enhancement thing? What is that?
Well, I don't think it'd work for me anyways because of what it has in it. But hell, I lost 30 some pounds. I lost my ass, and I had some nice legs, and pretty damn good, nice butt and shit. Hell, I could model my little butt off and everything, and look pretty damn good. Hell, these days nobody wants to look at it because it's flat as hell.
So I asked you about the mesh underwear already. What are you going to do with a muscle suit? Someone wants to know what you want a muscle suit for.
Well, I'm gonna wear it till my real muscles start appearing.
No, you are not.
I would too. If anybody orders me anything off that, I will model it for them. I swear to God, I will. I don't give a
Except
damn
the
if it's
mesh
underwear. Look, I
boxers.
don't
Y'all
care what
don't
it
get
is.
into model those. Um, let's see. I'm trying to catch some questions from chat. Yeah, Wolf Lover, the reason for this live was just kind of to catch up and chit chat about some of the things that have gone on recently. Um, so how is your health right now? Because I know that you had like the blood
Oh, it's
thing going on
amazing.
that
I
I
mean,
jumped your ass about.
oh
And
God, it's
then,
amazing right now. I'm doing good. But like I said, I'm on everything. So I mean, you can imagine.
let's see. Someone said they would fire the supply company because they're way too slow at getting you the supplies you need today. That's true. Like, what are they
No, we
doing?
we already know it's going to be about 5 o'clock. We already know.
Oh,
That's what happens. That's what time the deliveries usually run. So that's the way it usually works. When anytime you deliver anything, that's the way it works.
Um,
Plus, I'd already took off the time. I even told you I was doing it.
yeah. Crimes have consequences. Ask flat out, who who this who was the recipient of the two bullets. You already let it, like you said, it was in Maryville, and that Carrie person in Team Rose's chat earlier kind of outed you.
Well, Carrie says a lot she shouldn't even bring out. She was there. She helped with that damn. I think that's what I can't remember exactly. Like I said, I mean, there was a note exchange between her and I, and it was, it was pretty. It was a mutual thing. So I mean, I ain't gonna say too much about it. She's right on a lot of things. I mean, like I said, they looked me in and out, and whatever they found, they found. There you go. Simple as that.
Mean grannies suck. No, I didn't lie. Everyone is welcome here, but you have to understand, just like in Ernie's chat, if someone says something rude or disrespectful, you're going to get timed out. Hell, I've been timed out in this chat before just for speaking at all. It happens. So if people are getting timed out, I trust that my mods are doing it because there's a reason for it. They're not just going to maliciously time or block anyone for no reason.
No,
So,
I'll answer this question. No, I didn't have any part with the Ronnie King stuff. Not my style.
yeah. And yes, I can go back and check of who was blocked or timed out or deleted or anything like that. If there's anyone that's been blocked, I'm going to unblock everyone at the end of this anyway. I'm not a big blocker, but I trust my mods and I trust their decisions. They have wrenches for a reason. Um, I try to pick people who aren't going to have their personal opinions, but that's just the way it happens sometimes. If someone's being an asshat, they've got to go. So Trish Howard asked when you're going to turn yourself in. We've kind of talked about that, but her question is when are you going to turn yourself in if you're such a stand-up guy, own what you do?
I still be a stand up guy. As a matter of fact, a lot more people. I've got a lot more people followers now that that I ever had when I was a free man. Pretty much, I've got a lot more followers now, and I got a lot more people on the inside that understand. And we're talking. We're gonna work on that. We'll work on that soon, maybe. But like I said, they're chasing a ghost right
When
now.
when law enforcement shows up at your mom's house, do you feel like your actions are putting her in potential danger or
Well, I mean, they can
causing
they can
her
only do that a few
stress
more
that she
times.
doesn't need?
They can only do that a few more times, and she can actually get them for harassment because everybody can prove I'm not there, not been there, and not I don't step foot in Kentucky. Like I went one time to Kentucky in the last freaking I don't even know, probably year. One time that I crossed in Kentucky, and I was in there for a few hours, at that. I don't go to Kentucky. Don't want nothing to do with Kentucky. Not around Kentucky.
Do you miss being near your family because you can't?
I mean, I have ways I meet my family.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, I'm just over in toward Kingsport, Johnson City area. Hell, I can do whatever needs to be done. Hell, it's only like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive, if that. I mean, I can cry. I mean, hell, I mean, you know, 45-mile difference or something like that. Hell, everybody can meet. They can meet me over in Tennessee. I don't go to Kentucky. I don't have anything to do with Kentucky. Thank you for the Cash App. Please just send that. Can you put your Cash App up, please, so I can just send you this?
Yeah, it's just $ in my name.
Just $ and chasing justice, right?
Yep.
Hold on a second.
Yes, Peachy. That'll be my next question.
Can you verify you got that?
Yeah, hang on one second. Yep, I got it. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thank
Um,
you. Let's keep the
Peach.
denominations and the amounts personal. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Peach would like to know why you docked Spectral.
Okay. Now what now?
Why did you dock Spectral Whispers
What is a spectral
recently?
whisper? Who is a spectral whisper?
I'm not gonna say her name, but you doxed her
I don't know
recently.
who spectral. I mean, I'm completely like lost right now. Like I don't. That name don't ring a bell.
I
Who is
don't
that?
remember which. I think it was on your live. Um,
Um.
her name starts with a K.
I mean. Uh. Let's see.
I mean, I honestly, I can say that I've never seen her do anything to you. Um, and I remember it was a pretty big deal when you doxed her. It got pretty ugly
Well, it probably did. I don't know. I mean, I'd have to look at it. They all usually get pretty ugly.
because she's a good person, you know.
No, that's a matter of opinion.
Well, she's another one that she doesn't mess around with people's real lives,
No,
and
she done some. If I doxed her, she done something to me. She hit me, and like I said, I hit you 10 times harder, and I don't have no limits. I don't play around no more, guys. I mean, just as simple as that. I could care less. Don't care. That's the way I am. Until people understand that and realize that, and I guess they'll learn. CK, let me see. Hold on a second.
no
Oh,
BDAC,
thank you in
nobody's
chat.
scared of nickel
Okay,
in it.
so Gamer Girl is that Gamer Girl?
Yeah, gamer girl's here.
No, is that who that was? You were saying I doxed.
No, no.
No, I see. No idea. Then hold on. It ain't Gamer Girl, guys. Who was it? Supposedly, don't show them pictures or nothing. Hell, I'll say a name and I'll be screw out to hell and back. I see. I don't know. I mean, I mean, I need to see something or something like that.
Hmm. Oh, you doxed her because you thought she was someone else. So see, that
Hmm.
happens. People,
No. I don't make that mistake.
well,
I
yeah,
only
that's
no
what happened.
before I'll go with anybody. No. Before I'll go with anybody, it's gonna be for certain. I
That's
don't.
right, Peachy. You thought she was Rennie. You thought she was that girl Rennie, and you docked Spectral thinking it was Rennie.
Remy Spectral. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, no clue. No clue.
See, and that's what can happen when you're
No,
doxing people.
no. You're trying to turn it around
Yes.
on me. She done something as her profile, and then she came up under the name. And then, yes, I did it probably, but I don't know. I don't remember it. I don't recall it, and I'm not going to speak on it if I don't recall it. I mean, somebody show me who it is or something and refresh my memory, and then I'll speak on it. I'm not going to do like this, like these other YouTubers will, and just go ahead and speak out because if I do, I'm in a catch me 22, and I'm not getting in that shit. I'm done with that shit. I'm not going to get in something that I can't defend myself and not know even what the hell's going on. I mean, that's ridiculous.
All right.
I
Well,
mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to
I'll
put my
try to get all the information,
do
and
it because
then
I'll be
I'll
honest
ask
about it.
you
I will
about it, and then we can just handle it that way. Because if you don't
for
remember right
sure.
now,
That's fine.
um, someone says that nobody should ever leave your group or they'll be doxxed. Is that true? Have you had people who have
I've
decided maybe it wasn't for them,
Well,
and they've been.
Renee Marie left and everything, and I ain't doxed her yet, right? I have every bit of her information. About you see me put anything out there about her? Don't want nothing to do with her. I don't want anything to do with her. She is what she is. Hell, I had one of my biggest sponsors ever leave. You know, I don't know if it's because of her mentality and shit, what's going on, but it is what it is. Everybody has a right to choose. You can leave. No, I ain't gonna bother you. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's fine. You leave, but you're not coming back ever. And that's the way I believe. Sorry. If you're in my group and you can see everything that we do and you leave, you're not coming back. But if you've never been in my group and you're opening your eyes to new things like everybody does, and they come over and, oh, I see now, I'm so sorry. He was wrong and I'm seeing it now. And then I let you in. Usually those that do that, they never leave. They never leave. Oh, Lord. I'm sitting here taking over the panel. The line is in the Safari somewhere, probably hunting down you okay? Hello? Something like that. They've got a hyena, folks. Watch these lines tear it apart. Shh. She's making her move. Oh, God, I'm such an asshole. I love it. Starting to get paranoid there, chasing justice. This plane's flying overhead and shit. I don't know what the hell it's got going on. Might have some kind of sonar or some shit. Okay, guys, here's what we're going to do. Being the great person that I am, I understand that these technical difficulties can happen at any given time. And as you see, we've had, oh, there she is. Sorry.
I pulled a mammoth. I dropped myself. Did you get mad when Mammoth went over to, like, when she went over to Easy's for a little bit and buddied up to him? Did that tick you off?
And people can do what they want to do. I don't care. It don't bother me. Until it starts affecting our daily operations and our things that we're involved with, when it starts affecting that, that's when I'll put, now I'll get into it. Until then, hey, have at it. Have fun with them. Go over and play with the kid a little bit. Talk about his hair or some shit like that. Talk about his
Do
three
you
properties he owns.
feel do you feel like she's like a reliable, like she's in it for the long haul? She seems kind of washy to
I've
me.
never evaluated her. That's the thing. I've never evaluated her. I've never had to. Yes, I've scorned her a little bit here and there, and I've kind of scolded her and stuff. But I've but I do that because even if a leader comes to me and does that, they check me. Hey, check yourself. I love that. I love for people to tell me check myself because it makes me think better. It makes me think a lot more, about that person as well. They have leadership qualities. I love that. I just don't want people defending me when I'm in the wrong. I've told her that a many a times. Hell, she'll defend me, and when hell's frozen over. But that does not mean that there's anything bad about it. But I'm always going to be that person that just tells anybody if I'm in the wrong, which sometimes I'm in the wrong, which other creators won't ever say that. Do not defend me when I'm in the wrong. It's simple as that. I'm going to tell you, I've got a trigger personality. I've got a high temper. And sometimes, and I work on that. But I'm telling you, I'm on so much testosterone right now, I could run through a damn wall and it not even phase me. But I work on
Um,
that daily. That's one of my coping things. That's one of the things I have to understand that I have to work on. But I also have to understand there's a balance. There's a supply and there's a demand and there's an equality. And I have to come to terms with that equality, no matter how it happens to get there to that point.
so someone had made a comment that said, for me to call you out on your lies, and so I'm going to address that. Ernie knows what I don't believe. I've talked to him about the hemophilia thing. I make it pretty obvious if there's something that doesn't make sense to me or something that I question. There's usually going to be a community post or a clip or something. The purpose of this interview is to just ask pointed questions and let him answer. People can do what they want with it. But he knows the things that I think that are funny. Like, I'm not buying the hemophilia thing. And it's just because it doesn't make sense. Is it that big a deal to me? No. Do I think he needs to handle his legal shit? Yes, absolutely. And I've told him that. I think that that needs to be handled yesterday. He does not need to put it off any longer. The longer he puts it off, the worse it's going to be. He knows that I don't believe in doxing women, especially if they're single mothers who have children at home. I do, now that it was mentioned, I remember the Remy situation and how it was just a state of confusion. So I feel Spectral was completely unfairly doxed in that instance. So that we're not talking about anything that we haven't already talked about before. I'm trying to get to everyone in the chat. I'm also watching the clock and cooking at the same time. I mean, he's pretty much said that if someone comes at
So
him,
let
they're
me
going to be
address this. Let me
doxxed.
address this. Let me address this. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know what doxing and shit was. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know what it was. But I've looked up people my whole life. That's what I used to do, was find people. Anywhere they went, I could find them. And so, and we would expose them or we would bring it out. That's what we did. And there were certain ways that we could do it and certain ways we couldn't. So I figure, with YouTube, doing the skip tracing, just do the same thing. Now I do understand that it's a whole new different world to some people. It's a whole new different world. And some of it's wrong. I will admit that. Some of it's wrong. But like I
Right.
said, if you hit me, I'm hitting you 10 times harder. No limits.
I just feel like if someone doesn't agree or if someone questions something, I don't think that that should be the basis for having all of their personal information put out there, their address, their kids. I mean, that's just not cool because there are lunatics on YouTube, believe it or not. There are people that watch for shit like that. You never know when someone in the chat could live. Like, there's people that have been in chats that live 5 minutes away from me. At any given time, if my address were to be put out there and I pissed them off, anything could happen. You never know. This world is crazy. There's crazy people out there. There are people out there who will do things just to make a name for themselves and feel like a big badass. I just don't agree. I don't feel like putting mothers and children in danger goes hand in hand with protecting women and children. That's my issue. I've never been shy about that either. I've always said that.
You know, there's a few things in chat. I noticed the, well, I mean, hell, China joined, and China's obviously got things to say that I did this and that I did that. But yet she said this, and then she's come up on my panel crying and begging for forgiveness. So which is it, China? Did I do this or did I do that? I'm not the one. The first time you seen me, literally, you started taking your clothes off in front of me, like literally. Then your ass pads fell out, and I told you about it. I was like, "Fuck!" That turned me off completely. We was down by the river. It was getting dark, and here you are. You pull your shirt off. I mean, completely. You take what little bit of bra thing you got off there, and you drop it. You start undoing your pants, and as you're pulling your panties down, your floppers fall out there, your butt cheeks and shit. It scared the shit right out of me. I
Okay.
thought some kind of alien was forming in front of me, and yes, it turned me off completely. So it don't matter. I didn't even get to see your teeth until you smiled, and then I seen all the black scuff marks all over them, and then I was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this shit. Hell no, this is not fuckable."
So, right here in this moment, can you apologize to the ones who have never really done anything to you that have been doxxed? Can you apologize to them who have
If
been
I've doxed
doxxed
you, if
merely
I've doxed
because
you,
they didn't agree or question
if
something?
I've doxed, listen, if I've doxed you and you didn't do anything to me, feel free to take 20% off the next order of shirts that I have coming out. Thank you.
Ernie, that's not a sincere apology. And you can't be talking about a woman's like body or naked body. That's not cool because that's a form of
Well, you want truth,
humiliation.
right?
And
You're about
in
chasing
all
justice and saying the
actuality,
truth,
saying
right?
stuff like
Like,
that,
right? I mean, that's what
saying stuff
happens.
like that
I
is
mean, okay.
basically sexually harassing a woman. Ernie,
It
you
ain't
can't
sexually
do
harassing
that.
nobody. I just said what she did. It's simple as
When you're
that. That's a
describing
fact.
her naked body on a public
I didn't describe shit.
platform
I just said
for
her ass pads fell out. That's it.
323 people to hear, that's not cool.
Okay, whatever. God damn, I didn't know we had a bunch of Karens in here. I mean, hell.
Well, I mean, whether
Well,
or
I
not,
mean, I'm allowed to say what I saw. It scared the fuck out of me. I thought it's alien shit. There you go. There you go. How's that? I'll be easy with that. Okay. When a bitch comes up on my panel and she says, "Oh, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. It didn't happen," but then she goes elsewhere and says it then, and comes back again crying drunk. I don't know where the hell what's going on. Oh, I just want friends, and I've not had a friend like you in a long time. And oh God, I'm not putting up with that shit. They ain't nobody gonna say no bullshit that's a lie about me and me not say anything. I'll hit the bitch back about 10 times as hard now. Simple. Let's talk about who her daddy is. You want to do that? You want to do that, China? You want to bring out who your daddy is and stuff? We can talk about that. But anyways, I'm good. Let's go with another question. I'm having fun with this shit. Thank you all. Thank you all for the respect. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. People are opening their eyes. They see. I just don't put up with no bullshit. Simple as that. You want leaders, you want followers. It's simple as that. Get in line. It's like it ain't like the fucking government cheese line. You don't just get your block of cheese and go back out and go home, right? You got to sign in. You got to register. So get in line.
my opinion of a strong male leader is going to be someone who, even at the highest level of a disagreement or something, is still going to respect a woman enough not to talk about their physical form or something that happened in a private situation with them. That's my idea of a strong leading man, like someone who's going to keep their morals and stuff. And you feel like you have a right to do that. And I'm just saying that I disagree with that. I don't think that's cool, no matter who it is. I
Right. Okay.
understand that y'all had a
You have your
personal
right to your opinion. You have
situation
your right to your opinion. I'm not gonna say
and y'all
anything about it.
fell
Good
out.
deal.
I get that. But we don't need to know all of that.
It ain't that we fell out. I don't even know what happened. It's just one minute she's flip flop to this one and that, and that's just all they are to it. I never have nothing against her. Never ever had anything against her. Ever had anything against her. I mean, I was going to beat her old man's ass up because she put a video up there. You remember the video she put out of him beating her and shit? I was going straight to whip him, and Tina and Xander was calling me. You don't understand. You don't understand. No, I'm coming to whip that motherfucker. Simple as that. And then all of a sudden, I find out more shit that's going on, and then there's more videos that show up, and then she's sitting there doing videos to call the police and shit for attention on this guy, and I'm not fucking with that. Not fucking with that at all. Sorry, that's just not me. They fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's just the way it goes.
So someone wants to know if you put a pillow on a woman's face and held a weapon to her head. Did that or did that not happen?
No, Shelby did that.
Did you
I actually
steal
saved that
money
woman's
from?
life because she had her income tax money with her. And I told her, do not bring your income tax money to meet Shelby because Shelby was going to meet her for a quick fuck at the beach or at the lake, is what was happening. That's when she had her little green van. And she said, okay, well, I'll leave my money at my mama's and stuff. And she did. And then that's why when Shelby, because she'd already told Shelby she got her income tax, he was going to kill her. He didn't want to. Anyways, it is what it is. And that was right after he got out of damn prison.
So did you steal money from China? Did that happen?
No, no. And I don't even know where that even came from. I mean, that shit showed up like 3 or 4 months after I'd left. And then she started saying that. I mean, I've got the screenshots somewhere. Hell, we probably got them in the evidence room. So, like we've got a lot of things with it. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anything what month it was or what happened. You know, that's all I can say.
Let me see if there's any more questions. I'm going to have to wrap this up. I know Mark wanted a link. We might have to do a part two if you're up for it, but I have to go pick Mini Me up from the bus stop in like 5 minutes.
Okay, I appreciate that. Anytime you want to do anything,
So,
I think
yeah, if
a lot of.
anyone has any questions that you guys want to talk about, if we do this again, just leave it in the comments. Like once the video posts, leave it in the comments and I will go through and make a list. I appreciate everyone for being here. Ernie, I
Well, I
appreciate
appreciate
you
you,
for
Chasing
being
Justice, for
here.
having me.
I'm still Team Lori. I think Lori's going to win this battle. Um, I'm just kidding.
I appreciate you all. Thank you all for having me. To the ones who love me, I love you. The ones that hate me, fuck you. Be good. Be good, Chasing Justice. Much respect. God bless you.
All right, bye. Okay. I did what I set out to do, and that was just ask questions. I think he has an interview with Mark tonight at 9 o'clock. If someone could drop his link in the chat, make sure everyone sets a reminder and subs up for that. We may not have gotten the answers we were looking for, but we got some answers. So I know things got a little hairy in the chat. It happens. But like I said, I trust my mods. BDAC, I have seen your comments roll through. You've been kind of aggressive with people and derogatory, and I don't even know you like that. So I don't appreciate you coming in here after I asked everyone to be as respectful as possible and just kind of putting everyone down. Um, Other than that, it's been exciting, I guess. It's been something. So I will see everyone later. If anyone wants to donate to our sweet friend who has a family need, $ chasing justice, all of the money will be sent directly to her to help them through this time of recovery after back surgery. So I will talk to you all soon. Be safe, hug your loved ones. You never know if tomorrow is going to come. And I will see all of you next time.